Almost there.
Got 10 seconds for real closer. Okay, we'd like to open up and welcome all of those attending tonight for our Pleasant View Planning Commission for Thursday, August
Okay, we'd like
7th,
to
2025
open
at
up
a 6
and
p.m.
welcome
So we'll go ahead and get
those
started.
Tonight for our Pleasant View Planning Commission
Oh, I got
for
feedback.
Thursday, August.
I'm gonna go ahead and get some keep.
We're grateful to be able to come together as a planning commission and as a city and a community and discuss matters of our city. Father, at this time, please bless us that we will conduct ourselves in a manner that's pleasing unto thee. And please bless all of those that are serving our community and our country, that they will be saved. We say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you. For the record, for the minutes, we've excused Commissioner
Thank you.
Cotter tonight.
For the
Could not be
record,
with us in attendance.
Minutes.
We'd like to go ahead. The commission has had a chance to look at the
Thank you.
agenda for tonight.
For the
Is there
record,
anyone that needs to declare any
We'd like to go ahead.
declaration of conflict of interest for tonight's agenda?
Agenda for tonight.
Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to administrative
Go
items.
ahead.
Okay, where are we
We're
getting
trying to figure it
feedback?
out.
Don't sound like one of these have their
Hearing
sound.
none, we'll move on to administrative items. Go ahead. Okay, where are we getting
Trying to figure it out. Maybe
there-
those?
Hearing none, we'll move on to administrative
Yes.
items. Go ahead.
No? Yeah.
Much better, right? Thank you. Like him already. That'd have been a long hour if we'd had to do that.
For sure.
Okay, we'll go ahead and move to administrative items. We have two items on the agenda tonight. First is a conditional use permit. This will be a public hearing. Consideration of a conditional use permit for proposed business in the MP zone under the category of community uses. This will be for location 2724 Rulon White Boulevard, number 3, in the Weber County parcel 19-435-0001. We'll go ahead and turn the time over to staff and ask that they present the recommendation.
All right, I'm trying to get it pulled up. I don't know why I'm struggling today. It's not pulling my flash right now. Oh, well, I'll just go with it. All right. So tonight we have. Our first item is a conditional use permit. The application is from John Call. This is for the planning commission will consider and review the application. The proposed use is for a recreational facility that will be providing golf instruction through the use of golf simulators The applicant is proposing the use to be approved under the community use categories in the MP1 zone. In the MP1 zone, it doesn't specifically call out something that would fit for this, but if you look at the permitted uses or conditional uses, it says that if it's permitted in the C2 zone, that it would be a conditional use or could be a conditional use in the MP1 zone. John and I talked prior to him submitting his application. We kind of looked at the options, thought that this was possibly a fit, even though not the perfect fit. And in your packet, I've posted the description of the community uses. It says our community uses are uses which have the primary purpose of serving the religious, recreational, educational, or governmental needs of the community. Such uses may include but are not limited to churches, private and public educational institutions, private not-for-profit recreational facilities, parks, public buildings and facilities, cemeteries, and the like. The part that we kind of led toward was in the educational institution. They would be providing partly golf lessons, even though it's not nonprofit. We were just trying to find places that it may be permitted. The proposed use wouldn't require any changes to the current site plan of the building. Everything's interior. The parking would not be, there wouldn't be any changes needed for the parking. And signs would be reviewed through the building permit process if approved. So the planning commission will consider that tonight and make a determination on whether the proposed use would be appropriate in the MP1 zone.
Okay, any questions for staff? Okay, can we have the petitioner show up? Come state your name and address for the record, please.
Sure. Do we have to open it? So I'm John Call and I've got my business partner Quinn Henderson here with me. And address of the facility is 2734 Real on White Boulevard. I live in North Ogden. Quinn lives in Plain City. We both grew up in this area and have stayed local here. We, after, like Tammy mentioned, after talking about this, there isn't any changes to the facility outside. We won't do anything outside. It'll all be contained entirely inside. You saw in your packet one of the floor plans. Basically, there's 3 to 4 golf simulators in the building. There's soundproofing and stuff that'll be added, so we're not disturbing the other tenants. And then the idea is that there'll be lessons as well as people could use this facility, rent it by the hour, and help improve their game. The equipment we're buying has some instructional information built into it. Those of you who golf know that the way your club faces has a big impact on where your ball goes. And so the equipment we're buying is from Full Swing and has some really complicated sensors in it. It'll tell you exactly how your club's lined up, elevations, everything, your swing speed, stuff like that. It'll really help people understand their game. One of the reasons we went with the community use is my understanding is that that's the use that the Burton Basketball Academy, which is 2 buildings north of this one, used to kind of fall into the same category of an allowed use in the MP1 zone. They do a similar thing where they have an educational component, but you can also rent it by the hour and go down and play volleyball, basketball, and indoor soccer there too. We thought it's a good use. It's a good location for us with the freeway access and kind of in the middle of the northern part of Weber County. These uses or this business model is pretty much a hands-off. It doesn't need an employee there all the time, so it's a real low impact. Obviously, our landlord occupies the building. They're okay with the use because they don't see us as a conflicting use or something that's going to impact their ability to do office work with the soundproofing and stuff we're going to go in. That's going to be put in. So We think this falls under the same category that the Burton Basketball Academy did. And in that language on the community use, where it says this is the type of uses, but it's not limited to that short list, we think that gives the planning commission the ability to make a decision that this is a community use and would fall under the conditional use for the MP1 zone.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for the petitioner?
Just one, it's showing as an empty warehouse currently, is that unit you're talking about, or are we talking?
Yeah, just that unit. So the total unit size there is 7,500 square feet. It's currently actually being used as a wrecking, like automobile wrecking storage space. And we're taking the front half about 3,000 square feet, and then the back half they'll rent out to another user.
John?
Will you have on-site training as well, live training as well, or live?
Yeah,
coaching as well?
We'll do live training. We haven't started partnering with or trying to find instructional coaches, but just understanding this area and that there are those who are looking for facilities. Usually the coaches rent from us by the hour and bring their own students in. We don't necessarily find their students, we provide a space for them to teach.
I have one question. Will you have any type of a pro shop or retail sales inside, or is it all just training and simulation?
So this is a franchise model. So we bought into this franchise called the Back Nine Golf, and they are just starting to do club fitting. So it isn't a full scale commercial shop, and we haven't even approached the idea of doing that. But in theory, someone could do a club fitting here and distribute clubs. And usually in those scenarios, they have to give the sales tax to where they sell the club. So if they sell it in our facility, then the sales tax would come to Pleasant as a benefit for selling it in Pleasant View.
That's the purpose of my question. So thank you.
Yeah.
Pretty much lined up there, so.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
For this is a public hearing, do I have someone to make a motion to open for a public hearing?
Well, motion to open for public hearing.
Dean opens. Do we have a second? Julie seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are now open for a public hearing. For any of those in the audience that would like to come and address planning commission on this topic, we'd love to hear you at this time.
Is there gonna be any sort of restaurant or food served? No?
Nope, it's not big enough.
Okay.
Darn. Yeah, if you look at the map, it's very well cut out. Doesn't mean bring their stuff to have a rented party and eat their own stuff is the way I look at it, and I've seen it done at other places.
In fact, we specifically, sorry, John Call, just for the record, with the Back Nine, we encourage people to actually bring food. So we'll have tables behind so they can bring their food and drink. No alcohol, because in Utah, if you don't have a liquor license, you can't sell it, but there will be food brought, and the hope is that they will be using that area to, especially with Chick-fil-A, we're hoping they'll just bring nuggets over all the time. So, yeah, sorry.
There we go. Thank you. Anyone else that would like to address the commission? Okay, hearing no other comments, take a motion to close the public hearing.
Move that we close the public hearing.
Sharon has made a motion. Do we have a second? Second. By Jeff. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are now on a closed hearing. We can open for discussion. Once the commission.
I like it.
I'll give my 2 cents as community use. I don't see a problem with it. It's for recreational, but not limited to the churches and that. I see it very open. Working in the industrial buildings myself. Once they decide they're not in there or want to move, or somebody wants to have them move, it's easily guttable. But I think it's a very nice, clean thing for the city. So that's my thoughts. Sean?
I did have a question about that use and how it might fit, but knowing that there's a very similar use already in that zone, I have no questions about it.
And can I just add, I went through, because I received and I distributed to you the question from Commissioner Cotter that I had this morning, and I went through and looked through all of the records I could find and could not find anything showing any planning commission review of Burton Basketball's use. there wasn't anything
I was
on
just
any
thinking that
agenda,
myself
there
now that he
wasn't-
mentioned it. It came before the commission, but I don't remember it from the conditional use
Okay.
permit.
yeah.
I don't remember.
I looked for
But my short
agendas,
memory already forgot you
anything
did the
and I
pledge of
couldn't find
allegiance, so.
anything, but
No.
that's just
Good try.
additional information.
Any other questions, discussion, thoughts?
It strikes me as an applicable use. I mean, anytime you're gonna be having a golf swing, you need space for that. It's kind of an industrial recreation use. So I don't have a problem with it. And it does say specifically in there, not, may include but are not limited to.
Yep. Do we have someone that'd like to make a motion? Are we the recommending?
So your
This is the
decision.
approval.
Yeah.
This is the approval process.
I mean, I imagine there will be sales tax involved, correct? If you're paying for time.
Okay, I'll motion to approve item number 2A, the conditional use permit for the golf facility as presented this evening.
And there were no staff requirements or reviews on that. We have a motion by Dean to approve the conditional use permit. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mine is second. Any discussion among the, on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
I
Opposed? Unanimous vote. Thank you so much for coming this evening.
Thanks
Now
for
that we
fixing
voted
the
that
audio.
way, we all expect a tour once it gets in, and we'd love to come see what it looks like.
We
But
will do a soft opening and then a band opening by the city.
there you go. No, we're excited to have you. That'll be a nice addition out there on that part. Yeah, we'd love to come see that. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and we'll move on to item agenda 2B. A site plan amendment, public hearing, consideration of a site plan amendment for an addition to an existing business at approximately 1400 West, 2700 North. We'll go ahead and turn the time over to Tammy for the discussion items.
So this is a site plan amendment for Rise Baking, or baking. And, they are expanding their facility. It's again, in the MP1 zone. They're looking at almost doubling the facility. And so they have provided us with plans and, for parking, the expansion of the building. We've looked at all of the plans. The requested change would be to include about 116,000 square foot addition to their existing 136,000 square feet. It is obviously a permitted use as a bakery goods manufacturing facility. With the site developments, with the building size and the coverage of the lot, it seemed, as from our review, to comply with all of the requirements there. The DRC has gone through and given back corrections, that there's a few things that we're working on. They have the red lines from the engineer and Public Works. And they also are working on, we had a meeting with UDOT just the other day, and working on getting a traffic study done there for the two entrance and egress and ingress for 2700. There's not, I don't believe there's any changes to in the plan this far, depending on what UDOT comes back with in their review. To change anything on those entrances, they will be adding an entrance on Rulon. And to change the flow of their delivery trucks and traffic for that. Their staff parking, like I said, is going to about double as far as spaces available. adding, I believe, 96 new spaces. There's no, they've provided a landscaping plan that covers, they're not making a lot of changes to the landscaping along 2700, but within the parking and everything, they've provided the plans for that. With our review based on all that they've submitted and with the corrections necessary and requested from DRC, the staff recommends approval of the site plan amendment.
Any questions for the staff at this time on the proposal? Do we have the petitioner here that can come up and address the body at this time?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Colin Buddicky. I'm the Director of Engineering for Rise Baking. H.C. Brill established this facility in 1994. And we feel that this population and the ability to expand here is a wonderful opportunity for us. The current facility generates millions of pounds of buttercream icing. If you buy a decorated birthday cake at a grocery store, it's probably ours. We provide cookie dough and frozen cookies to many of the fast food restaurants and food service facilities. This expansion will now increase our capability for pies. So we'll have an unbaked pie and a baked pie line and potentially more frozen cookie doughs. So basically, which is probably going to add about 130 employees for all the 3 shifts that we operate. That's why there's 96 parking, but for all 3 shifts, we're probably going to be employing about 130 additional employees at the facility. We are still obviously in this process. We met with UDOT. We're completing a traffic trip generation study based on the amount of additional employees and traffic coming in and out of 2700. The gaps between the 2 entrances meet UDOT's code, but we're also adding another entrance into Rulon White, which would actually reduce some of the traffic from 2700. Based on my travels in the past year, it's kind of hard to get out and into the facility with the traffic. But basically, we're going to probably be reducing that by adding that additional entrance. And if you, I think you maybe have some of the site plans that they can see. So that will be a benefit for 2700 traffic and also for our facility. Basically, a civil engineer, Dana, has been helping us with our stormwater. We have permits with the state for stormwater permit already active. We're working on the long-term storm agreement with the city and the maintenance plan for stormwater. And we're probably investing, I would say, roughly about 22 million for the facility plus all the equipment and an additional 20 million for all of the processing equipment. So it'll be probably a $40 million investment in the city. The landscaping, we tried to be as you know, zero scape as possible to ensure that we're reducing our water consumption on the landscaping. There will be obviously concrete for all of the traffic and employees, but we also are seeding anything else with grass. Most of the utilities are coming from Rulon, electrical and the stormwater and natural gas, but all the sewer and process waste is still going back to 2700. We're working with Pacific Corp, the parent company of Rocky Mountain Power. They're also doing an impact study to understand the power consumption so that their upstream can provide the power if they need to do any capital investments to provide the power to the facility. So I think we've really kind of covered all the bases. We're hiring local and we want to provide all the equipment that we can local. Obviously, sometimes pie machines aren't made here in Utah. So, but we are doing as much as we can to hire local contractors and provide local equipment from the state. We have applied for incentives for the state and with the city to help us with this investment. But we think, it's a good investment for us, and the community. If there's any questions, please ask.
Questions for the petitioner?
You pretty much covered it.
What was the employment again now and projected?
Right now, we're probably at about 150 employees across all three shifts. So there's not that many on shift. We normally operate Monday through Friday in our production schedule, and then Saturday and Sunday is sanitation and maintenance. And then we come back on, but we're 24/7, 24/5, Monday through Friday. Saturdays are more of maybe a 2 shift where we don't work the graveyard shift on Saturday. And then Sunday's mostly day shift where maintenance is taking care of the equipment. So by and large, it'll probably be about 250 to 275 employees totally. That's both direct and indirect, the management staff.
Thank you.
I got a lot to say, but none of it's about his site plan. So if you want to get those
Hold on,
questions.
Hold on, I know what you're gonna say, but any other questions for the petitioner? Couple quick questions, if I may.
Sure.
If I can get this to work.
Yep. Mhm.
So right now, we'll have the two entrances, and right now, here's the existing parking, we're adding the extra parking, which I like the layout design.
Correct.
As we talk about going out to, we jumped. As we talk about going out this way, is you're gonna have to drive past the buildings and then out to Rulon White, is that correct? Out
Correct.
here, so do you look this being more the public, the people entrance, employee entrance, or more for the truck
That's
entrance
more
and
for
the
the truck.
turnout? More for the
Right, so
truck.
is there any way to zoom so you could show the whole thing?
You want a
I
pointer?
mean,
Here. Come grab that, I think you can point at it.
So most all of the employees will still be coming from 27. That's where all the employees are.
Break it?
No, there you go,
All the employees will be coming here,
okay,
and exiting now. So either they'll be coming from the interstate, right, or they're local, and they'll be coming in now. The UDOT study has where all of the, coming from north side this way, there is a lane.
Turnout,
To the main
correct.
traffic. Report here. You do have the central lane on SR 343. Again, it's the state road, it's 27. And you do have the central lane, but most of the traffic for we'll have some trucking exit here, or they'll come up here. You probably driven by, you see sugar tankers go in. We use a lot of sugar to make for cake. Those come in and they drive, we don't use the rail spur anymore. That's been abandoned many years ago. So the tanker will come in and then they'll, so it's like in and out. And then the other facilities for the flour and sugar for making pies, they'll come in, deliver, turn around and go back out 27. So most all of our bulk ingredients from the pies aren't even gonna be 2,700. It's the tankers for flour and sugar, flour for the cookies, sugar for the icing, come in 27 and then they'll go out.
We see, what is the purpose of the rock entrance?
It's all gonna be paved. Maybe you have a drawing that's just showing rock, but it's all gonna be.
Well, no,
concrete.
that little entrance way, it has a rock, rock. What's?
It should be concrete pavement or
Your construction cleanup.
it might be, it's a bigger base drawing, but it will be concrete.
Okay, it'll be concrete. I just hadn't seen that before. I was like, didn't know if that was a drive in and out type of a
No,
paved,
it'll be.
because it calls for rock paved in and out. So I was surprised to see that. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, that might be one of the phases of the construction, but it will be concrete.
New facilities at all manufacturing, lines, or is you gonna have freezers and all that type of things inside of there? Mostly half warehouse, half production.
It will generally be about 100, maybe about 100,000 square feet will be ambient space. And then we'll have, the remaining 16,000 for cold storage, cool storage. We have to we have to keep the butter and the margarine in the 40-degree range. We have IQF or instant frozen fruit, the strawberries, the blueberries, all of those come in frozen. And then we thaw them with a microwave, a really big microwave. Then we make our fruit fillings, or we get fresh apples from Washington. And those have to be kept cool before we start making the pies. And then the existing facility has a 20,000 square foot cold storage freezer that's at -10 to freeze anything after it's been packaged. And then during the process, we will be expanding the ammonia facility. We've already met with the fire marshal about that as well. And so he's approved our plan. He's approving our plans. And that will be the process where a baked pie coming out at 180 degrees will go through 2 spiral that goes up and goes back down, and it'll go in at 180 and it'll come out at 25 degrees.
Yeah.
Andy, I just noticed on that rock area,
Yeah.
it says proposed rock construction entrance. So.
That's the early
Is that
stage.
just, okay, I'm good with that. I just had,
Yeah.
I'm like, didn't know, I haven't seen that one. That's what I just asked.
We don't want to really pour concrete, and then the crane comes in and all the construction traffic. So they're all done making them.
I just see that would work well with trucks in and
Sure,
out.
sure.
This has nothing to do with you. Any other questions for the petitioner?
Since we're talking organic product here, I assume you're passing this by the sewer treatment plant for BODs and.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're investing probably about $500,000 to $1 million to upgrade our wastewater system for this. And we've completed the Weber County impact assessment. And so, you know, when it's time, you'll be getting the impact fee for the impact to the Weber County.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Mike,
Well,
hold on,
oh,
hold on,
oh,
hold
I
on.
thought you were done with the
Hold on.
petitioner. Go ahead.
Nope.
I didn't know questions or statements.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you, wait.
I'm
So first things first. The good news, I'm super, super happy that a local business is more than doubling its capacity and its employment. That's fantastic. That's news that we hope for all the time. So thank you for that investment. My other thing is I'm very happy and thankful to be able to live in a city and a community that is going to smell like pie and cookies instead of dog food or some of the other plants that are around. So thank you for that.
We'll do our best
My
to
major,
exhaust that aroma, if we will.
my major concern,
Yeah,
and this is just a
please.
personal one, has
Sure.
nothing to do with your business really. Or disappointment, I should say, is I don't see any customer parking for a scratch and dent store selling stuff out of the back. So if you could incorporate that
Are
someday.
you a
that would be
member of
cool.
Costco?
Yeah,
Then you're sampling our pies.
okay. No,
We-
so
we
thank you.
actually- Well, I tell you what, no promises, but we'll consider it because some of our facilities actually have a little company store.
Yep,
One of our stores is a bread facility in Minneapolis. And we sell sourdough, baguettes. We also have a cookie factory in Wisconsin. And
Yeah.
so we sell our cookies and then Rice Krispie bars. If you go to any gas store and you see those big white crispy bars, those are ours. That's
wow.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, so that's my only disappointment is you don't have enough square footage. So there's the problem with your site plan is not enough square
Okay.
footage for the scratch and dent store.
all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead and ask for,
Open for public hearing?
open to public hearing. Dean
I'll
made a
motion.
motion.
Yeah, I'm.
We have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're now open for a public hearing. Do we have any comments from the public? You're welcome to come. Now's the time.
So I go to planning commission meetings all the time, and this is one of my least favorite
We
things, is
haven't
when
seen
someone in
you.
the audience, John called,
I said, we haven't
But-
seen you come all the time.
Pleasant View business owner. I go to the North Ogden City one all the time. Cause I work for North Ogden City. So, but the concern as the neighboring business owner now, 100% do this, approve it. But with Chick-fil-A coming in and the traffic that's coming there, some no parking, some no truck parking signs on that curb line from Chick-fil-A up to the entrance would probably be really good. And I also say that from personal experience. I was hit across the way in Real on White down in the industrial area in front of Kimberly Clark when I was 16 years old at night, because there were so many trucks parked along the road there. They didn't see the headlights of my car, and a guy pulled right in front of me and broke my arm, and me and my brother got thrown out of the car, and he broke his pelvis. So especially night truck is extra dangerous from my experience. So I wouldn't say no parking, but no truck parking in that area is probably going to be better for Chick-fil-A. And especially, as you know, as this road becomes more used as it goes over to Far West and other stuff that you have planned, that might be a thing I would suggest. So,
Okay, thank you.
thanks.
Any other comments? Hold on, just a second. Any other comments from the public? Comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing.
I'll make
Julie makes a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Second by Sean. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're now closed public hearing. I'm gonna make one comment and then I'm throw it back to you. I was holding my tongue because, and this doesn't have anything to do with you, you know, we have Chick-fil-A that's coming in right here, for those that don't know. That's one of my big concerns was with Chick-fil-A's. We are so happy they're coming to our city. Has always been, they end up using everybody else's lots and parking and drive-throughs and everything else of all we all know busy. That was some of the concern is, do they wrap around here? Or do they wrap around there? So I like the thought of the truck parking. On behalf of the petitioner, you don't see their trucks stage anywhere. They have plenty of parking, or they've always seemed to have plenty right here and staged very well. Having driven semis a long time ago, that's nice. And I think we do have an ordinance of no parking on the streets for semis, but we can review that. I believe there is, but whether it's enforced is a different issue. Okay, questions? Did we address that? Go ahead. Please.
During construction, I'll stop by your driving range. So, if you could see at the very top where there's actually the grade from Woodlawn, all they drive across to the back where there's a large concrete area. That road is actually 2 tankers wide. So they'll be actually coming in and they'll stage in that left top corner for any of the deliveries, and all of our procurement schedulers, we schedule all those. They come when we tell them to come. Sometimes there is, you know, an hour gap or so, but we generally in that back corner, we won't have 2 or 3 tankers, but they'll come in and they have to stage. We have to inspect, it's food, right? So we have to have food safety. We have to check their BOS, their well lighting. We have to validate that their openings are still sealed. There's a big process to receiving flour and sugar to make sure it's safe food for you. And it's not just a truck coming in, it's a big deal when we receive those trucks. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're open for discussion between commissioners. Any other concerns, thoughts?
I like this one too.
Okay, hearing none, do we have anybody that'd like to make a motion?
Oh, I do. Is it okay? I motion to approve item 2B, site plan amendment for the, what's the name of that company again? Rise Baking Company, to help make our city smell like pie and cookies as presented by staff.
there were recommendations from staff.
Following the staff recommendations
And engineers.
and the engineers.
Are you okay with that? So we have a motion to approve the site plan. We are the approval body, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve the site plan with the staff and the city engineers' recommendations. Do we have a second? I'll second. Have a second. Like Mr. Gosner, any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? It is unanimous. Now I could say, welcome back, continue to keep growing. We love manufacturing in this, you know, in our city. You guys have been great there. The only thing I will ask is, you have 100 new employees coming with, you know, I'm speaking from a person that does manufacturing. We have to hire a lot of people. Watch our sign ordinance, because you're probably not putting any more signs up, but please stay away from the flag signs out front. That is not part of the city ordinance, so those get messy. I was gonna remind you guys, we don't want the flag signs. Those are part of the ordinance. They started getting wind whipped, and we have a few of the new companies starting to come in and put all those. They just kind of look trashy after a few weeks. So staff will probably look at enforcing that in. So, thank you. Appreciate you coming tonight. We will go ahead and move to our 2.5, not quite 3 yet, before we adjourn and talk about any staff or city business or commission business at this time. Anything to be discussed? Wow, it's nice and quiet.
No way.
Anything from the staff? Okay, I'm gonna ask real quick from our city council liaison, anything that we need to be aware of or anything that we need to jump on board for this week, this month. Let the no new pickleballs, no parades. Okay. Nice. May have to have Tammy there to help backfill a little bit. Okay, next meeting, we are scheduled for the first Thursday like normal.
Yep, September 3rd, I believe.
Uh-oh,
Hang on.
we're looking. All right, appreciate everybody coming tonight. It's great to have such a good turnout for my commission. We do have a comment.
I will be absent that September 4th. Sorry.
Okay.
Schedule all the hard ones because Dean will be out of town.
As of right now, we have a pretty light schedule or light agenda.
Oh, we like those.
Cool.
So.
All right, appreciate everybody. We all make a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There we go. Very much. Thank you, Tammy. Don't worry about that.